how to learn until I reached the age of 19 years old, but I assure you it has nothing to do with my IQ. My entire academic career was filled with turmoil. Years worth of material was being poured into my head and leaking out of my ears simply because I did not know how to utilize the tools given to me. If you have struggled with this very issue, then I'm here to tell you that you might not be in trouble. I'm here to tell you that your poor grades might not have been your fault. It was the fault of the very education system that failed to help you. I have contributed over a month's worth of research and have acquired the best knowledge from this very issue. Students who face poor grades due to the lack of the education system implementing proper learning structures may be solved by enacting a policy of an extra core class that helps in maintaining learning skills and academic structure. Diving into this issue first requires me to address the problem. American students in grades 1 through 12 are currently in an academic recession. An article drafted by Harvard University, the well-known education policy research, says that students have not made up the groundwork lost during the pandemic. Students are currently at a rapid decline in their academics and knowledge is plummeting at an alarming rate. The Washington Examiner, a well-known website of info, says that they reported Illinois' student success rate, and they said that 37 schools had 0 students proficient in English and 27 had 0 proficient in math. The percentages from this article exasperate the fact that your kids and families are not given even half the quality of education that they should. These students are the next generations, the ones that are going to be running the nation. Are we going to be prosperous, or are we going to disintegrate over our own weight due to an uneducated population? Now that I have fully discussed the problem, I will now address the main cause. The main cause of declining student rate in America is due to the lack of fundamental learning they've been given by the education system. A passage written by Texas A&M, a well-known and greatly credited school, says that students do not have the fundamentals of learning. They do not have the desire to learn simply because the teachers, they do not have the desires to learn because they don't have the proper fundamental tools to be in order to understand material. The text further explains that teachers don't have the time in order to teach these kids proper learning techniques such as memorization, how to deal with confusion, and etc. In his article, Arthur Surathan illuminates the idea of learning how to learn. He says that by implementing proper learning techniques, students can achieve better goals, help with studying, and create a learning regimen for themselves that will help them achieve better success. Finally, I will address the solution to this problem. A policy must be enacted that requires a core class to be implemented for every student of just learning how to learn and key fundamental learning practices. Kim Fritzen is a bright and colorful writer that says that implementing such a program could help students from high school to elementary. And the NCSL, an organization dedicated to this very issue, holds after-school programs that help students teach these core values, and so their work has also created wide success, such as lowering of dropout rates and reduction of bad behavior. So this solution must be put in place. and I would like to tell you how you can help. I have exposed the nationwide dilemma of declining education rates in America and how the implementation of a new policy dedicated to learning fundamentals can obliterate this problem. And now I will tell you what to do to solve it. You can write a letter to the U.S. Department of Education at 400 Maryland Avenue at Southwest Washington, D.C. at 2202, pushing for this problem to be enacted and for it to be, I guess, obliterated for every student, because each student deserves to have the proper tools in order to have a successful life. And so the more awareness you spread, even if you tell your students or your teachers or your professors, it'll still, I guess, it'll carve into the stone slab, making a beautiful artwork.